going to tell you, it's the best.
Thank you.
March was the best month.
Thank you.
97, 99, and 01, 04, all.
Yeah, the 01s were nice.
01s were very good.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah, 01s are good.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I like the port plan. I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, that can help. Long term. And long term, that's where the biggest influence is going to come from.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
Have I showed you my PowerPoint? What I do?
No.
I need to show you my PowerPoint. I showed it to Morales today. He was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
4 pages. But basically it just says, no, Jacksonville Beach.
It's where the power is. It's where the money is.
It definitely is going to be.
Yep. Yep.
So, are there strings here or no strings?
The only strings we ask is a quid pro quo.
Mm-hmm.
You know we've got issues coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We got the vote coming up sometime in April on the off-ramp. 3.6 million. Even though we're going to show 4, 3.6 is what we need.
That's fine.
Good.
I mean, that from my perspective, I've already taken care of.
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. As you go
because
through...
that's in my best interest. It's in Cindy's best interest, but she just doesn't know it.
No. And tell me what do you do about the Cindy's? What do you do about the Bens? What do you do about what do you do about Jim?
I have no problems with any of the commissioners. Yeah, I think the commission is functioning reasonably well right now.
Right.
It's going to be a tough budget year, no question about it. There's going to be a lot of hurt feelings.
What do you think the deficit is going to be this year?
I think I got 10 million I got to do.
I was thinking maybe 7.5. And I thought that 3 years ago. I saw this coming, and I said...
No, as I told the paper, the biggest mistake I made was we did too much last year. I should have just met the bare minimum last year and kept some in the bottom.
Thank you. Thank you.
But, we had to be heroes.
You had a point to make.
Well, we had to be heroes, and we fucked ourselves. I'm not happy about it. That's what I tell the papers. The only mistake I've made in the 1 year is that mistake.
Can you raise gas tax down there?
I got lots of things I can do.
Can you raise bed tax?
Oh, I'm raising that in a month.
All right.
Within a month, we're going from 3 to 5. I'm going to start banking the money.
You got to.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
You got to.
Yeah. But within 2 months, I will have total control of all the tourism in St. John's County. The RFP is in. We'll pick we got some great responses. Pricewaterhouse, House, other people get some great people. I'm going to spend $300,000-$400,000. I don't give a shit. I'm not price sensitive. That consultant will end up working for me.
Good.
I'm the chair of the TDC. I replaced, I used Phil McDaniel as a little stalking horse. And the LAA, and they got so focused on my giving them money that came out when I asked for the 250 as a 4-4 tie. But I got my RFP through.
4-4?
Yeah, 4-4. And I got my RFP through 8-0. But what they don't understand is the key element of the RFP is going to be cultural. It's going to say culture. So Phil's going to ultimately win. But I figured out, I knew who my friends were and who they weren't. And just like Franklin Roosevelt, except I was successful, I restacked the board. So of the 4 people who voted against me, 3 are no longer on the board.
So they're gone.
They're gone.
And they're gone on purpose.
Yes. And the 3 new members are all my picks.
They're all your guys.
Yes.
So they'll go the way you go.
It doesn't make any difference where they go. They're an advisory board. Thank you very much for your advice. Fuck you. This is an autocratic democracy. That's what it is. I'm the autocrat.
Right.
And they're the democracy. They are an advisory board.
So they got to listen.
No, they don't have to listen at all. I'm going to do what I fucking want to do. I already have my 3 votes. Once the consultant is picked, it's over.
Boom, you're done.
Yeah, the consultant works for me.
So you got Ron.
Whether it's Ron or Ben
or Cindy, one of those 3.
Mean, right now, I have pretty much a rolling consensus. Most of the things that come before the board now are 5-0. I mean, I can't remember maybe one in the last 3 months that didn't go 5-0. Now, does Jim agree with everything? Everybody agree with everything? No, but they can count to 3.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah, they can count to 3.
yeah.
Ron got pissed at me because I kicked him off the airport authority board.
Is he gone?
I put him back on last. I kicked him off for 5 days, but I wrote him
Okay.
an apology letter, put him back on, and wrote him a note saying, "This is my expectations."
Okay, so you sent him to detention?
Yeah, and then put him back on.
All right.
Because he made a comment that he told the airport authorities to target me.
To what?
To target me.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What does it mean? Target me. You know, everybody, the airport authority knows that I am on their case.
But what authority do they have? I mean, what influence do they have?
I don't know. 5 people, 10 people, whatever. You know. And Ron came in and says, "Why'd you take me off?" I said, "Because I can." And here, I had him in a minute. He says, "Well, that's not what I said. I didn't say that." I said, "Ron, there's a stenographer there."
They know how to take shorthand.
He storms out of the office.
They know how to take shorthand.
He goes over to the airport authority, and he listens to the videotape. And then he comes back and says to me, "Well, I said it in humor. You didn't hear the humor, the jest."
Bullshit.
Yeah, I said, "That's fine." You know,
But you left him out.
I left him out, and then 4 days later I put him back on. And I'm the alternate.
So now he's beholden.
Now he understands. See, he got what I call Stockholm Syndrome. The job of a commissioner when I assign him to a committee is to be a liaison. It's not to become the advocate. He advocates for the commission. He's there to provide the commission's view and messaging and all this kind of.
Did he see a power opportunity?
Ron likes women.
Right.
You will, if you were sitting where I'm sitting, you would see that anybody who wants to go deal with Ron sends a female, attractive female.
In the port?
Everybody. Anybody.
In the port did?
Kelly Barrera is on the airport authority.
And
She's
is?
a very attractive woman.
Okay.
She's the one who deals with Ron. I kid Isabel Lopez all the
I was
time.
going to say Isabel. Yeah.
I said, "Isabel, when you have to go see Sanchez, you charge an extra $50.
Mm-hmm. And you'll get it.
You'll get it.
Absolutely.
Because she's a sensual woman.
She is one of the most sensual women that I see in the legal field. Absolutely. And, you know, respect to her for that.
It sells. There's no question it sells. And that's his Achilles heel. It's going to get him in trouble at some point. First, I think it's very disrespectful to his wife, but he oversteps his bounds a lot, I think, in those areas. Are we holding this place from closing?
I don't know. It's pretty quiet out there.
What time is it?
What time is
It's
it?
10 o'clock, I guess. Supposed to go from 7 to 11.
Yeah, they're probably closing.
All right, well, longer term, we have to figure out a better structure, that's all.
Well, put this where it does the most good right now.
Mhm.
And then for subsequent, we'll figure out, you tell me the better structure.
In a structure that...
You know, whether it's offshore, onshore, whether it's here, whether it's there, you tell me the money's there.
Well, I need your guys' support of this. This is important
Yeah.
for the region. This is not important for Tom so much, but this is important for what I need to do.
We're concerned long term. This is going to take care of itself. This is going to find its friends, and the friends may not be as understanding and as much of a compatriot as we are. So we're concerned long term.
How big is this circle that we're talking about? Is it just you and Falcone, or is there others involved?
You got to circle it too.
Well, obviously, I appreciate the assistance. I would have supported regardless.
I understand.
Yeah, that's not
I understand.
the-
We appreciate the confidence.
That's not the issue. I want you to be successful. I want everyone who has approved rights to be successful.
It's in your best interest.
I will help everyone who has approved rights to be successful.
Well, there may come a day...
I may not give further approved rights.
Understood.
That's a different issue.
But there may come a day when we say, Tom, we need approved rights. How do we do this? And we need your brains.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, I think you're in a pretty good position right now. I think you could flip the commercial. I think you could flip the... I mean,
Oh, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
We're in good shape. The loan's square. We're in good shape.
When do you really have to start doing things to make your lenders happy?
2012.
Really? Oh, that's good.
So, as of last week, we're in good shape.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And what about your hedge fund guys?
They're out of the way. They're gone.
Mm-hmm. What about the issues with Tucson and Tucson successors?
That's a separate deal. That's Coronado. They got their own problems. We're advising them to get their shit together and to come see you.
Canadian guys, you mean?
No, there's Arizona guys.
Who are the Canadian guys? What happened to them? Blue, those guys?
The what?
The Canadian guys.
Blue-green?
Yeah.
No, they've never been in this. This is strictly Coronado.
Who is Eleanor Smith representing?
Oh, you're talking about Tusa.
Right.
Talking about Tusa.
Right.
Tusa is not so much Canadian, they are Greek.
I mean, I had dinner with somebody.
You probably had dinner with Cork, John Cork.
I don't remember his name. I mean, Ellen Avery Smith, Roger Towers was representing.
Yeah, here's the deal. Tusa bought it.
How do we play that?
Okay.
Because you're the contract party.
Right. We are the developer of record.
Right.
Tusa bought it. But they laid off 127%. 127%.
It's just like Zero Mostel, the producer's gone.
Thank you. To a land banker called Coronado.
Right.
John Cork, out of Arizona. Tusa defaulted.
Right.
$57 million loan through Bank Atlantic, now being written down to $27 million.
And is Alan Levan still at Bank Atlantic?
As far as I know. So we're working on that angle. But Tusa's out. They're out of the picture. Coronado's in. So Cork is coming to us saying, what do I do? We're saying, you got to go to the county and you got to figure your shit out.
But I'm not going to deal with them.
I understand. And we appreciate that.
They're not my contract party.
We appreciate that very much.
I understand that you would.
Yes. So
I did that deliberately and told them that deliberately. You have no standing with me.
Yeah, and
you're like a sublessor.
And technically it's what they are, but we appreciate you doing that very much.
You're the one I'm going to put the feet to the fire.
As well you should, because we're the
contract party.
We got the DO.
Right. But the question is, how do we leverage that against Coronado?
We've got plans to...
I mean, I told whoever it was, whatever this fucking guy's name
was,
he was coming in and he was being very bullyish.
That's not Cork, that's Peter Gould.
Peter Gould.
Peter Gould from New York.
Yeah, quite. I said, yeah, that's great. But let me tell you, you got to make peace with Falcone and Twin Creeks because they're the contract party and I don't really give a shit about you.
The thing that is interesting about them is that they are financial guys, but still to this day, Tom, they don't realize the deep, serious shit they're in. They don't get it. So
how do we yank their cord?
I don't know yet. We may yank it by dissolving the DRI and casting them to the wind, or threatening to do that and see what they come back with.
Yeah, but if you dissolve the DRI, the land rights are still embedded in what they have.
Land use is still good.
Right.
The DRI goes away, and the DO goes away, but the land use is still there. So you come back with industrial PUDs, you come back with retail PUDs, sub-DRI size, you do it that way. But I've got to think through the strategy still of what happens when we get Cork in the position we want him, and what do we cause him to do? What do we force him to do?
I think he's already in the position we want. I mean,
he doesn't know it yet.
Well, it was pretty obvious to me as far as I'm concerned. The rerouting of this road is a very interesting thing.
We can make that happen.
Well, you need to get Prosser Halleck.
I'll put Prosser on our routing.
And just say, take a quick view of this, and then we need to get, the county staff involved. It's an interesting alternative.
Well, it's an addition, and it brings some additional transportation alternatives.
I got a developed commercial on 1189.
Yeah. Think on it,
You read it in Florida Trend.
in a week it'll become clear. Next week I'll get Prosser on it.
As soon as we thought, Tom.
Yeah.
And then where do you stand with Cindy right now?
You're asking me. Come on.
You're the one who started her. I'm not talking.
She calls me once a month when she has some type of an epiphany or when she has some type of a bad day and she needs a father. She'll call. And honest to God, you know this. She can't string a thought,
Mm.
a consistent thought, more than 10 words. She can't get there.
I understand that.
'Cause, it goes from here, goes from here, goes to there. In between there, you got and.
Why does she feel so competitive with me? Why does she have that need?
I can only go to psychology,
Mm-hmm.
and from what I know about her background, no mother, a father that was sometimes there, sometimes not, that she admires, but was never really there, so she feels like she's never had a family. Look at her husband, older,
Yeah.
father figure. She's looking for a dad. And I've heard that from many people. Hear that from Carrie McCarthy. Cindy's looking for her father. When she gets scared, she goes into her little girl, her I'm afraid mode. What do I do mode? Somebody help me mode. It's that type of thing.
Yeah, she's an enigma to me on many levels, because it would be so much easier for her if she just wouldn't. I had to make her look dumb the other day when she's worried about how to fund the road, so I did a whole PowerPoint on funding.
You didn't have to try hard, though.
That wasn't hard at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I don't understand why she wants to put herself in those positions, that's all.
Have you had a conversation with her that says...
I don't break sunshine ever. That's not what I do, Bruce.
I understand
I
that.
have positioned myself as
But
Mr. Sunshine.
As Mr. Sunshine, though, you obviously have ways to communicate with people. And you've got to have people that can communicate with Cindy to say, have you ever thought that this person can help you? And to find some common ground on how that person can help you. And why don't you let that person help you?
Cindy loves to be a commissioner. She wants to be president of the Florida Associations of Counties.
Lovely.
She loves all that shit.
Lovely.
And I'm more than happy to help her do all those things.
So there's your carrot.
Yeah, you don't have to convey carrots. She has to stop battling me.
So you want me to convey the carrot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Whatever
All right.
she wants, I'm going to help her.
Okay.
I am not... Cindy fights me all the time. She's got the bean counter mentality. She likes to be negative.
I don't think there's anything any of us can do to stop that. She's an accountant by trade. She's an accountant in her mind, and that's what they do.
Yeah, as I tell her. All right, don't tell her, but I have told her in the past. Bean counters are scorekeepers. Just because you're elected doesn't make you a leader.
Is it illegal to have dinner and not talk about commission business?
It's never illegal, but it sends a perception that I don't want to send. I noticed my meeting cost me $287 to notice my meeting with Morales today.
Right.
Because we're both on the MPI.
Right.
For whatever reasons, I got lucky and I carved out this position as Mr. Sunshine. I am not going to put that at risk ever.
So you're saying I need to get to Cindy and say, Cindy,
I'm saying
let's draw a common ground.
You and I are going to work together, then you have to, as I carry messages, you need to carry messages.
So there's a quid pro quo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's like McClure. Say McClure and I worked a deal on his Anderson property, which he represents.
Which one is Anderson?
Some property that he has out in Cindy's district, Anderson Greenbrier, where he agreed, where he's got every legal entitlement he needs.
But
he agreed that he wouldn't do anything. He would defer until the PM fix on 210-995 is started. And I was able to sit there as chair and say, this is a perfect example of how the development community and the commission, the government can work together for the best interests of the citizens. Cost of George nothing, and he got great PR. Okay. Randy Towers has a project coming up on Tuesday. It's 41 fucking houses.
Where's that?
Right on 210.
Huh.
Cindy has told Randy. Randy was Cindy's biggest supporter when she ran. And she is on the verge of isolating him totally.
Does she realize that?
I don't know what she realizes. I haven't talked to her.
Through others, do you sense that she realizes that?
No. She has decided the number one agenda item on Tuesday is Harry Waldron's Light Sea Road apartment complex. And I made Harry spend $110,000 extra. You know this whole story or not? The 207 development agreement?
No.
We put together about 10 or 12 individual developers to put up $16-17 million for transportational fixes.
So small guys.
Small guys cumulatively become big guys.
Right.
And that agreement, they were supposed to do all their stuff by January 10th, 2007. 2008. And they came to the commission and they said, we'd like a 1-year extension. I said, absolutely no problem. Happy to give it to you. When's this thing expire? January 10th. 5% extension fee due January 11th.
Fair enough.
Doug Burnett stunned.
As Doug would be.
And
yeah.
Of course they have to agree.
Yeah.
Out of the 14 developers, 10 pay. 3 go away. So they're not real. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Harry doesn't pay. I wait to, that's $55,740 is his share.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay. I send him a default letter for $1.1 million. His pro rata share.
What happens?
He then says, I'm very happy to pay the $55,000. I said, well, that's the extension fee. But I need a stupid fee now.
And that was?
Another 5%. $55,740. I will settle the lawsuit, the default of $1.1 million for $55,000. And then you'll pay me the $55,000 extension fee.
And you'll smile.
And you'll smile. So they come to the commission. They agree to pay the $55,000. They agree to pay the additional $55,000. I call it a stupid fee. And he goes, well, that's not a very good terminology. That's because I said they were very dumb. They were dumb.
Hence the 1031 analogy.
Yeah, you have to understand. If they don't have transportational concurrency, I'm not going to hear the agenda item because it's moot.
You got him.
So he agrees, item number 9, he agrees to pay it. Item number 10 is the agenda item. I defer it for 2 weeks to make sure the payment's made.
And he made it.
He made it.
And then you heard the item.
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh.
It's coming up next Tuesday.
Okay.
There's no connectivity between the money and the approval. And I made that point very simple. These are very different events.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cindy has decided she's going to vote against it.
Why?
Because she thinks that everybody else is going to vote against it.
For Christ's sake.
She doesn't understand that I'm very happy with the deal. I made them do a P&L. I made them put that they'll never convert it from rental to burn. I got Tom Crawford coming up saying that.
Yeah.
I'm going to support it.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand that. Randy's item is 41 houses. He's got all the legal rights. He's got concurrency. He's got everything he needs. We're talking 41 fucking houses. Right. Collins is getting ready to walk away from 2,500.
He's leaving. What's the name of his deal down there?
Whatever.
I forget. Thank you.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah.
He got his back fixed. He's got it infused. It chills my butt. And she tells Randy that, she can't vote for his because she's going to vote against the other item. And
repeat that?
She can't vote for his because she's going to vote against the other one.
I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, that's what Randy told me. She said. I said, "Wow."
Tom.
Yeah. And Randy is. You know Randy at all? You know Roger Towers.
Yes.
Well,
and I know Randy.
There were 2 components to the Towers family. There was the legal component, and then there was the guy who was in the hardware business. And they gave money to the blacks, and they are of the people. Randy's of the people.
Yeah.
And he's done very well.
He's done very well.
And he's a local developer. And I support him completely. I want to protect my local developers as long as I can.
Randy's a good guy.
Because I want them here.
You need them.
I want
them. They are the economic base.
I agree.
A publicly traded developer, a publicly traded builder will leave.
That's
just
right.
like Centex.
Right.
We're out of here in a year. Bye-bye now. See you. It's been nice.
Yep.
See ya.
And I agree. I want to protect my local trades.
You got to. Okay.
And, I'm going to vote for it. I'm going to vote for Randy because he's got all the legal rights. He's going to win. But I got Randy to agree that he won't put a fucking truck on the road. He will not do a fucking thing until the PM fix is started.
And that's fair.
And that he will not build a single house and ask for a building permit until the PM fix is finished.
So PM Fix is going to start in July.
That's my plan.
You've bought the plans.
Right.
I've got the whole category list of items.
understand.
Prosser did it
I
today.
understand.
Do you want that in advance so you can review, and
I like that.
or do you want it to come through staff?
I can come through steps, it's fine.
Okay.
I want Cindy to understand that I'm going to support the acquisition, and it's not price sensitive. It's time sensitive.
And the timing is right because the
Timing's
PM is in.
Got to do it. So I told Wanchek and I told Daryl before we met this meeting, this is not a dollar sensitive issue. This is a control sensitive issue.
Got to have it.
I've gotten all this money from the MPO. I have it fully funded, Bruce. I'm not missing a penny.
No, you got your trip funds.
I got everything.
It's done.
I'm done.
You're done.
So I don't have the land.
So just somebody has to say yes.
Right.
And we appreciate that
And Michael
very much.
Well, it's nothing to do with what you do.
No, it's the right thing though.
Right.
It's the right thing. It's a problem out there. It's the right thing to do. If I could have done it, I would have done it.
Right.
But I couldn't. Let's go home.
Well, we got to work on Cindy.
That's our quid pro quo.
Well, see what you can do.
I agree.
No, all right. And Morales, this is going to be good stuff.
Yeah, I will work on Cindy. You work on